Hey everybody, it's Amanda with Cultivations. Let me fix my hair here. I am making a terrarium today. All right. So here are the different components of a terrarium. You need a bowl. And you're going to want to use a clear glass bowl if the plants are going to sit down inside of it because light has to pass through. You can use, a bowl like this to put a planter down in, but the plant would come up so that it could receive sunlight for photosynthesis. And then you need your plants. You gotta kind of see which one's going to fit in there the best. This one even is a little bit too big, but whenever I put them in, I'm going to make sure to put them at the bottom. Get some rocks, because you're going to want to have some sort of rocks at the bottom so that it's not just dirt on the bottom, because then the roots will just sit in water. So this will kind of help the roots stay up out of the water so they don't rot. Okay, yeah, these pretty white rocks. I get things at the thrift store. I definitely got these at the thrift store. Both of these. Does it say how much I paid? $2. This thrift store. $3. And I have cute little things to adorn. You want to also have things to put in there. So I've got little gnomes. I think I'm just going to use one for this. This one is a pink one, so that's going to have maybe that one could go in there. Alright, got a couple little mushroom. And then this guy, my friend Totoro, I believe. And let's see, little arrowhead and a quartz. Alright, so in the bottom, I'm going to put some rocks. You can do pretty like layers, do a layer those. These. It's got a double compartment. No, they probably sold me like a half bag. It's probably like a half bag of rocks. Put enough so that it can be seen from the outside, because whenever the dirt is on top, it'll make a nice little layered effect. Okay. Now, I've learned is you gotta be careful about putting too much in there, but you also have to put enough, so make sure you cover the bottom completely. Enough to just cover the bottom here. Should be good. And this one is called Dieffenbachia, or better known as dumb cane. And I've pulled this away from the mother plant not too long ago, so I don't think the roots are going to be, yeah, he's just a little guy. Let's see, I think I might even trim that off. I'm going to put him right in the middle so he can grow up and out. And whenever you're making terrariums and other, planters together, putting plants together, a little trick I learned, I guess it's a feng shui, that you should do it in odd numbers. So typically I would do 3, but you'd either do 1 plant by itself in a terrarium, or you would do 3 or 5. But yeah, I typically do 3. Sometimes I just do 1. I have a few, actually, the majority of the terrariums around the house, I think all of them have only 1 plant in them right now. But this one's gonna have 3. I'm making this one for a market. It's kind of wonky sideways, but fine. This one, this Purple Queen, actually fell apart. And so I know she's just got little baby ones. I'm gonna put those more towards the edge on one side. I hope you guys can see. I have one over here. Probably have a lot of reflecting going on because there's so many lights in here. This is the room where I have baby starts for the outside garden. So there's a bunch of lettuce in here, and so it has to have, pretty high lighting. It's lettuce. It's gonna have like 8 full hours of sun a day. There's also cabbage. And so this backlighting has a big grow light. Let's see, and this one, do I want to put that in there? Do I want to put you in there? Not all this dirt though. Purple Queen is very easy to grow, so it usually works well in terrariums. It does like a lot of light, and if it doesn't get it, it will start to kind of get spindly in there. Ugh, I have to clock in for my regular 9 to 5 job here soon. Yay. Here's what it looks like so far. I'm going to add this pothos in there as well. It has kind of a smaller root system, but, established. I'm just going to scoop some dirt in. You want to make sure all the roots are covered, but it's not too high up in there. Otherwise, dirt's going to take up most of your terrarium. After you have all your plants in, that's whenever you want to add your accessories. So I added this cute little gnome. He is the little plant guardian. After you add your gnome or your decoration, you can add anything in there. That's when you're going to want to water. And you're not going to want to put too much water in. So pay attention to the bottom of the terrarium because you'll be able to see how much you've put in once it's covering those rocks. If you put too much in, you can't take it out. So add little by little until you see those rocks on the bottom submerged and you feel like that top soil has gotten sufficiently damp. That's probably enough. Now you're going to want to add in some sand or rocks. I have some coarser sand here that I'm going to put on the top. It's just easier to water first before you put that top layer on, because if you put a finer sand especially, it's going to knock the sand around everywhere in the terrarium and it'll just not look as clean and finished. After you've got all of your sand or rocks on top, then you're all done. You just want to make sure all of it is covered, just for aesthetics so it looks pretty to you. Don't you love it? I think it looks so adorable.